This week I'm reviewing all of the projects that I did this year, whether they were for Michael's or John Bead or Zen stitching or just for my own personal projects. So let's get started. February found me in Phoenix, Arizona for QuiltCon 2025. I taught 5 different sessions of classes there. One of my favorite classes ever is the collage class, and there was just a great group of people stitching with me. It's always so fun to see how every single person learns the same techniques, but each hoop is completely different. And that never gets old. I love seeing that. And I'm really looking forward to being at QuiltCon this year in North Carolina. While I was at QuiltCon, I was also interviewed for the Quilt Show with Alex Anderson, and I'm going to be linking the full video of that interview to the description below. And here's a little snippet of that interview.
Hi, we're with Nichole Vogelsinger, and wow, does she have some eye candy for you all. When I first saw this, I actually thought this was one piece of fabric that you put in a hoop and then you added a huge number of elements in there. But you're saying that's not the case. So tell me, what is your work when you're describing it to others, what you do?
That's the goal. So if you saw that, that's good, because that is the goal, that what I'm doing, I'm adding lots of layers of fabric. This is like a crazy quilt collage inspired piece, and my goal at the end is for it to look like it's all one cohesive piece.
I'm going to start off with all of the John Bead projects that I did this year. So in January, this is from the leather and lace class. I had this version and then also this version. I love working with leather, and these beautiful leathers were just so much fun to play with the colors and play with stitching them. And all of these classes that I'm going to mention are all available online. The John Bead ones are available all over the world, and the Michaels ones that I'm going to show you later are available just in the US and Canada for now. This is from February. This is the Dark Opulence hoop, which I had so much fun stitching this one. And let me show it to you from the side. So much dimension there. In March, I stitched up this Roadrunner placemat that I had picked up when I was in Arizona for QuiltCon. A little souvenir of my trip, but also a fun way to show maximalism. And that's what this class is from. In April, this is from my dimensional flower class. These are flowers that I stitched up and painted and just had a lot of fun embellishing. In May, I worked on needle felting, and I was also working with a new bead type. So this is the macaroon project. Such a sweet and delicate project for the spring. In June, this is from the Beaded Botanica class that I did. Also working with painting and embroidery on fabric. This is from Stitch Your Stash, and this one has so much dimension. I really love this hoop, and I love the colors, and this one was just so much fun to create. A nice summer themed hoop. This is Desert Jewels, and also has some dimensional cactus that I really enjoyed stitching and beading. This is still one of my favorite from these cactus. End of the summer sort of project. This is the Berry Blossom Buzz. I love these little strawberry bees, and I incorporated so much lace and eyelets into this one. With fall came my Stars Hollow Gazebo, and these pumpkins were one of my favorite things to stitch on this. Lots of beads and bullion knots. Another fall themed project. This is boho branch work using a found branch from outside and stitching some lichens and berries. Lots of dimension on this hoop as well. And then the final John Bead project for the year is this pomegranate slice. This is the newest class for John Bead. In May, I started stitching and creating classes for Michaels. This is the first one that I did. This is the embroidered mini planter, which is a fun way to display an embroidery hoop, slightly different than I have displayed other embroidery hoops. This is my painted and beaded stack of fish. Lots of sequin action going on here. This is from the bandana glow up class, using a bandana rather than fabric, and also adding in some mixed media scrapbooking supplies with the beads and embroidery. Here is my classy beaded lobster. Look at all that sparkle. I love, love, love the rhinestone claws. I worked with a batik fabric for this plaid and petals class. I actually think I held it this way. Another really fun, colorful project. Fall class, this is Falling Leaves, a more minimalist hoop experimenting with lots of bead and embroidery techniques. I think this might be my favorite from the year. This is my dimensional mushroom. I just absolutely love this project. And then another dimensional project for the winter. This is the dimensional snow globe. So those are my Michaels projects from the year. In the spring of this year, I taught at Mackinac Island, and this was something that I stitched while I was there. It came in the little gift bags and was created by an artist, and I had a lot of fun just adding texture and dimension to this while I was there. And then these were from one of the classes that I taught while I was there. These were my samples for the class based on another project that I had done previously, but I wanted to show how you could do the same project in both an embroidery hoop and on a canvas. And so these are both from that class. And this collage piece is also one from my Mackinac Island class. I created this collage, was stitching it there, and I am continuing to stitch it and hope that it will be done for my QuiltCon classes in February. So if you're taking any of my classes, you will hopefully see this one in person. Earlier this year, I was asked to teach a technique during the embroidery extravaganza. And so this is the hoop that I really, really meant to finish, but it's partially finished. This was the technique of fabric painting. And then this is my finished beaded and embroidered version. This is also a technique I talk a lot about in my third book, Needles Out, combining more mixed media with embroidery like beads and thread. So this was a fun project to teach the technique, and I really, really hope to hopefully finish this one up. In the fall, I presented for Zen Stitching, and these are two of the needle felted and embroidered pieces that I created for my presentation, and the patterns for both of those were available through that. And then a few other projects. This is from my Inspired Stitchcraft class, obviously based on the Taylor Swift album that was released this year. This one was so much fun, adding the showgirl touches to this hoop. And then I have my works in progress that are still being worked on. So this is, I bought an embellishing machine off of Facebook Marketplace, and I have videos for some of these because I have talked about them more recently. So this is, it's a needle felting machine. Normally I do it by hand, but I'm experimenting with this one. So this is kind of in progress. It has not changed from when I showed it last, and you can see we've got lots going on the back. So this is one that I'm still working on, but I've had to set it aside to do some other projects. This is a sample for the class that I'm going to be teaching in France. I'm still working on this one, but you can see I've got lots of techniques here: fabric painting, applique, needle felting. We have the bead spinner and embroidery. Lots going on here. This is a needlepoint bird that my son actually helped with a lot of the patterns that I created this year. And I'm going to tag his Instagram account too, because he has been creating patterns galore for me. So this is one. I said I want a bird in flight, and this is what he created for me. And I stitched it with this yarn, and this actually took a while because you can see that the yarn is variegated. I wanted the outer edges to have orange, and so I had to cut the strands just so that I'd have orange on the outside. You can see this is one of my cut strands, and then pink on the inside and orange for the beak and the eye. I wanted the colors to all blend, but I wanted you to be able to still see some of the details, like the feathers in the wing and the feet and the eye. So this one took a little longer than I thought it was going to, only because I had to cut the thread, the yarn. And then I've actually used the yarn in some of my other projects that I've been stitching up this year too. So all of those extra bits of yarn worked perfectly to stitch the flowers here. They were the perfect neon that I needed. This is another one that is in progress, a sample for a new class that I have that I'll share more about early in the year. And this is another one. I've just done the applique. I haven't done any embroidery on this piece yet. And then from my new Maison Wild Boho series, again, this one is a sample for my class in France, showcasing different techniques. It's still in progress. I made a more detailed video this week, so you can see lots more about this one, but this is incorporating lots of the techniques that I will be teaching in class. And one final project that I'm still working on and will be finishing up early in January is from my Needles Out embroidery challenge. So my newest book, Needles Out, in here, it's a mixed media embroidery book, but there are lots of stitches. And to create a sampler of those stitches, I started a YouTube series, so I'll link that below. There's also a Facebook group for this challenge where everyone is sharing pictures and embroidery tips. And it's just a very easygoing sort of challenge if you're looking to get into embroidery. So this is the hoop that I have been working on. I have one final stitch that will be shown on here, and then I'm going to finish this up, and early in January I'm going to be sharing the completed hoop. So this is another challenge with a series of videos that goes along with it. So feel free to check that out on my YouTube channel. So that is my wrap up for this year. Thank you for watching all of my videos. If you've watched my classes or stitched anything, thank you for that. And I really appreciate your support and all of your nice comments and your following along. So until next time, happy stitching.